Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 6 seed in this playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the AAC, the UAB Blazers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Blazers offense going to get the chance to start this game off. Well, here we go, Kirk. The energy in this place is tremendous. We are 16 minutes away from crowning a new national champion.
And think about it, Chris. These two teams had put everything into this to get to this stage and this opportunity. Let's see who can handle it better.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And the ball to the ground. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
Drive. And there's the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run?
Touchdown, Ohio State. This quarterback on fire today.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination, this quarterback and receiver, for a big day.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the UAB offense back out there. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. Can they bounce back from that costly error here? Looking to pass, it's Zeno. He's brought down quickly as short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Heavy pressure, he lets it go. Oh, a throwaway there. Gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Shotgun formation here on third down. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on third down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
And the Blazers will have 1st and 10 here. Back to throw again. Grab down the middle. It's Thomas. He'll go down right there. Worked his way for a short gain, but not enough for the first down. Now it's 2nd down here. And the wideout goes in motion. Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And the Blazers are going to keep this drive moving.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Blazers.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Now they get set to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop him this time. He pulls in the catch. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeyes. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Off play action, he's looking to throw. Makes a quick catch. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Second down after that previous play. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. In the clear at the 25. Tackle made after a big gain. The Buckeyes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. And the back gets the football. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Makes the grab on the move. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Looking for the end zone, but not complete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5. How does the coaching staff play this? So they run the ball to get some breathing room, or will they trust the QB and be more aggressive here?
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And the ball is picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Defense expecting run all the way. They stop him short of the goal line. Goal line formation for the defense. There's a run to the left looking for the touchdown. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now third down and goal, and if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to overpower that defensive front.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Instead of trying to take the lead with a field goal, they'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down. They'll try to run this one in. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down.
Well, that gain will give them some breathing room. What a good job of being able to get them out of that hole. They're inside their own 5-yard line. And on the other hand, the defense, what a missed opportunity. You had them pinned back, a chance to really, at the very least, affect field position, and now you give up a big gain like this.
After the loss on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 22. Just gets it away, taking a shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Tackle is finally made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 48-yard line. The Blazers come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Trying to find room. It's Jacobs. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The pre-snap motion from the offense. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Or it's snapped to the back. Good enough for first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Receiver makes the grab. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
The offense will line up, chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. We are deadlocked at the end of a fun, competitive first quarter. Let's check out the stats so far. Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Crucial play to begin the new quarter. The offense sets up with a 3rd and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to 4th down and decision time for the head coach. You go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, you take a chance to try to get that touchdown.
Well, look at this. They could break the tie with a chip shot, but the coach says, we're going for it on 4th down. They go with a direct snap. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, UAB. Now the all-important extra point. PAT puts them in front by 7. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Remember, last time they went for it on 4th down and got stopped. The opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. You think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Looking to throw. It's Howard. It's a short completion to the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. With the return, it's Hawkins. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. The UAB offense is back out on the field now. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Blazers are moving quickly down the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Trying to extend the play. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. Important 2nd down play coming up. Looking to pass. It's Zeno. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
It's a quick grab. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. More than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, this offense has really been moving the ball at will on this drive. And a nice job here on this defense to finally come up and make a nice play for no gain.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. He's running out of time here. Just throws it away, but takes a big hit in the process. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's 3rd and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one. And now they're in business.
He's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back. Offense facing 2nd and goal. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hold on here. We do have a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? 2nd down and goal, upcoming. To the air, it's Zeno. He's moving out of the pocket. Throw to the running back in the flat. Tackled at the 8 after the completion.
And the defense is so caught up in this guy running the football on this drive, they forgot to defend him coming out of the backfield. Nice positive play here.
On 3rd and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. Touchdown, Blazers. Strong game by this quarterback. Who says you need explosive plays, Kirk? That was a long, grinding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is the national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense, and that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away, and they begin to click now. Looking for a gap, it's Judkins. Breaking free at the 35. Fighting off the tackler. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. And here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Buckeyes will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up.
Well, it's another huge game for this guy, and I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They've moved him around, given him a chance to get some one-on-one matchups. Boy, is he taking advantage of that here in the first half of the national title.
2nd down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. Pressure is coming. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. The offense was moving well, but 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Defense calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half now. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking to chuck it again. It's an out route. A catch made. They bring him down at the 5. Solid gain, though, in the completion. 1st and goal. A good chance to chip away at the lead before halftime. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now he's executing. We're in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Blazers offense retakes the field now. Passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Lofting it toward the left sideline. Caught way downfield for a huge gain.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
And this pass is on target, caught. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
And the Blazers line up on 1st and 10 now. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The Blazers looking to use the up-tempo offense here. To throw, it's Zeno. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. He's going to take off. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. 1st down. It was a 1st and 10 play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Couldn't find anybody open. Brings up a second down now. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. The pocket breaking down. Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. And that's now going to bring up third down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Defense is coming after him. Hits the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete. So on fourth down now, out comes the field goal unit. And he knocks that one right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. And so it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? On the run, it's Judkins. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Blazers will kick it off to begin the second half. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle. Looking to throw. It's Howard. Throws to the tight end. And he's got his man open downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The offense really clicking here.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardell Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
The sure hands. It's Scott. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down. The Buckeyes will send the punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback changing the play now at the line. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Bringing pressure. Quarterback looking to scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Fighting him off. Again, makes it second and medium. Looking downfield, it's Zeno. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up. And the Blazers will line up to kick it away. See if he can make something happen with the return. And he's going to get run out of bounds after a small pickup on the return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Going to hand it off to the back. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Can he get there on the ground? Bites off a defender. He's found some room at the 45. Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, they can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
Getting set. Here's second down. On the ground, it's Henderson. And he's stopped again. They've had patience with the ground game, but just nowhere to run tonight. That's been a big theme. Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. He shreds the tackle. And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. They rely on old reliable, that offensive line, and they come through for you.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. He'll hand it off. Some hard running there through a tackle. Brought to the turf, but made the first man miss on the way to the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. He fires this throw and is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Now the 40. He's past the 30. Past the 20. Return a pick six. Touchdown, UAB. And the interception taken to the house. A pick six, potential game-changing play there.
And nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick six. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Here comes the point after attempt. Extra point makes it a 17-point game. Here's the kickoff team. We'll see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick six. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
The offense now facing a third and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Lets it fly out of the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. Touchdown, Ohio State. This quarterback on fire today. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
And they're able to tackle on the extra point. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the UAB offense back out there. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. They'll run it to the right side. Stop right there at the line. No gain.
The defense made a good play there, but needs to string along more stops like that against this running back if they want to be able to win this game. The run game has looked good in the first half, but maybe that won't be the case.
And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Wow, what a play, a defensive score.
Great job here by the backer, just mirroring the quarterback, reading his eyes, and then stepping in front of that throw. Comes up with it, and then he goes back to high school, shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands, takes it in for a touchdown.
Extra point, splits the uprights. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Going for a big play downfield. But this one is broken up and falls incomplete.
I don't know if people understand how hard it is to defend against a deep ball in man coverage like that. But this defensive back did it perfectly. Turns his head back just in time to find the ball to ensure that incompletion.
Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. The Blazers will line up to boot it away. When he comes for his 2nd punt of the game. When he's got some space here. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Catch made over the middle. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. Big guys up front, lined up. It's first down. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Gets past the tackler into open space now. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Howard. There's a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone.
Boy, this quarterback's got to regroup. That's his 2nd interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But, Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play, they're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Running out of time in the pocket. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. You look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Stopped at the 43, but that's enough to make the first down.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Well, Kirk, UAB has the lead here. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. For the final period, let's check out the game stats. Pulls it in. It's nickel. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. Direct snap to the back. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Boy, is this guy fun to watch or what? Here we are in the 4th quarter, critical down in distances, and this guy just churning out yards the way he has most of this game, showing a lot of physicality and natural running instincts in space.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Able to get the pass away, but took a hit that time. So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Zeno. He's running out of time here. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a 4th down. And the Blazers will send their punt team onto the field. And no chance for a return as the punt sails out of bounds. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And the game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Caught quickly. And you'll pick up the 1st down, stopped at the 27. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. And tackled after a small pickup there.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just wanted to battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound.
And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now. Looking to flip the field here. Returner blocked out. Sets up the next drive. The UAB offense is back out on the field now. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. 1st down here for this offense. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
And I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Dropping back, it's Zeno. Short connection to the tight end here. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Boy, questionable call there on 3rd down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Keep the clock moving, especially working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Now you got a big decision here on 4th down and short.
And the Blazers lining up here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. Grab behind the line. It's Jacobs. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Here we go, a crucial 3rd and 1 late in this game. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Brought down to the 27. It's a 1st down. This offense really threatening now.
Boy, this guy just keeps playing good football. He's like a bowling ball out there. Gets low padded support, running over top of defenders. Just a gritty runner, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Now this is the 8th play on this drive. Back to pass. It's Zeno. Catch made by the tight end. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
That's reeled in. It's Jacobs. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down.
Heck of a job here by the defense on this 3rd down to keep them short of the 1st down. Now it's 4th down, and an interesting decision for this offense with the lead. Do they punt the ball away, or do they go for it?
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their 1st of the half. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the quarterback just kneels down. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. The last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champion.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They